Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I appreciate you. Go ahead and stay tuned. So, this is again your host, Dr. Leland. Welcome to Level Up Academy. Are you guys ready? All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Here we go.
Welcome everybody to Level Up Academy podcast. We have 40,000 YouTube subscribers with 100,000 views for the month of January. Thank you. We are globally ranked top 10% podcasters out of 3 million because of you. Thank you so much. We are in 90 nations and countries now, actually, not just 80. And we are also in an amazing radio show as well in 30 different other countries. We are in 25 distribution channels, and our E360 TV is going to double up soon on Sunday. That means more opportunities for big organizations and companies and founders to be on TV. We are the world for us, by us. Our vision is to be the Netflix of education, while our mission is to level up the world through education. Help us. To keep my sanity, I meet A-listers in Hollywood and amazing people from Stan Lee to Greg Nicotero to Ken Foree, and of course the RoboCop and Alien are my favorite movies throughout my life. 3 times international best-selling co-author, and I am publishing with 24 different co-authors currently with Beyond Boundaries. TV analytics, why do you want to be with Level Up? Look at 54 to 64 is what we're capturing, and even 3 to 18 years old. We are having 2,000 watch hours in our TV show. The platform that is mostly popular is on the web and of course Roku channel and Amazon, along with iPhone users. YouTube subscribers, our biggest one is 35 to 44, and 45 to 54 years old is our biggest demographics. And let's take a look at female and male. 26.3% female and more men on YouTube watching us. Ask yourself, who has the most disposable income in your niche of organization? This is a TV. I'm capturing more women on TV than men. So I have both men and women demographics. This is the YouTube channel. 73% men, 26% female. Look at our impression. Over 250,000 just for 28 days. So let's collaborate. Let's go ahead and go take our courses. Let's do book publishing, graphic design, mentorship, and we are your publicity hub. Welcome to Level Up Academy, guys. And in our Level Up Circle TV, you will be in Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple, Google Play, and much more. 1,000 thanks to everybody.
All right. So you're probably wondering, CJ, that's like old information in January. Yeah, I purposely did that because I want you guys to know that second quarter is coming up. I want to talk about goals. I want to inspire you and encourage you to look at and check out your goals. Like, how many goals have you done? What are the big goals that you have done in the first quarter? What kind of goals that you have done in the second quarter? All right. So what does Level Up Academy do? We do publicity and, of course content creation. So check this out.
Are you a curious student, eager to learn new skills and make your mark in the world? Or are you a professional seeking to advance your career and unlock your full potential? You need to be equipped with effective soft skills like communication, problem solving, teamwork, and more. The Level Up Academy by Doc Leland bridges the gap between education and employment through transferable skills training. Get the soft skills you need to be more effective at work.
All right, everybody. So, guys, this is your pre-order book. The bottom link actually is our Barnes and Noble's link, and we are doing a pre-sale. And it is so exciting that our last anthology book, not only it hit #1 international bestseller, but it actually we are able to go on Barnes and Noble and have a in-person book signing. So this is so exciting. Please help us spread the word. Go ahead and scan that QR code at the bottom right. Also on May 26th, this Sunday, I am actually putting a free publicity. So if you have a book, like you have your own book, and basically you're saying, hey, by the way, this is going to be your book that you want to sell, go ahead and give me a square like this, right? Because I want to put it on my TV show to help you out, amplify your message, right? So we're going to be helping everybody within our community. All right, so let's take a look. Dr. Odey, if you are listening, make sure you not click the link that you gave me. Click the link that I gave you with the StreamYard that says blue. Click on that link, not the show, because you're actually on the stage, not the watcher. So please click on the link that says StreamYard so you can come in. All right. In the meantime, we are waiting for Dr. Odey to come in. Let's go ahead and talk about also our magazine at Level Up. So the Level Up magazine is actually every quarter. So we're going to have one by the end of June. If you want to be in our magazines, actually physical and online, go ahead and let me know, DM me or contact me at any time here on LinkedIn as well. I am looking to feature amazing business leaders for this magazine. Okay. And right now we have our anthology. We're in the middle of moving beyond boxes. I'm losing my voice. I've lectured 6 hours yesterday, and my last class is accounting. So a lot of numbers. Sorry about that. So anyhow, my dear sister Susanna and I are doing another anthology called Moving Beyond Boxes. So watch out for that amazing book coming out. It's going to be coming out in June. And I can't wait to elevate more authors about this. Okay. Then, of course, I am looking for sponsors. What does that mean? So if you have a business, or if you are having a book, or if you have anything that you want to amplify your message, go ahead and contact me. Make sure that you are able to DM me for information. I do press releases. I also do magazines, not just Level Up magazine, but Forbes, LA Weekly, New York Weekly, right? All of those are my magazines. So go ahead and come in and DM me. All right. So another one in terms of press release. These are some of the press releases. I'm going to give you guys a minute or two to check out which industry, right, that I actually do press releases on you. So you are going to be in Google News, AP News, Naviga, Yahoo, ABC, CBS, Fox, TFE, Moody's, Bing, CW, Affinity, and NBC TV. So you're probably wondering, what does that mean? It means that I would have syndicated coverages for you when you are having a press release. This is important because being in the magazine is one thing. I write about you. But being on press releases, that means that you have a brand new something, whether you're launching a new product or you're launching a new service, then you would need a press release. What I do is I give you questions, and then from there, I will create and write a press release for you. So you don't really have to do anything. So let me know if you have any questions on that, right? And then, of course, these are some, I want to show off some of the authors that we've had last time about moving beyond boxes, because you're going to see some of these authors again. So let's go ahead and create. So we're having a little bit of difficulty in terms of Dr. Odey coming in, Dr. Teresa. I'm not sure what is the problem, so we'll see here. Let me type in to make sure she can come in. Hopefully she can come in, and we'll go from there. But welcome to our Wednesday podcast. Welcome, everybody. Let's see who our sisters are here. And first, all right, Teresa, come in on the link I gave you on LinkedIn. Click on that link on StreamYard. That is the link to come into the interview. Don't click the link that is for today. That's our show. Click on the link I gave you. I'm giving you one more link again. Click on this link. Right, this is the link that you come in to the green room. Hopefully you're able to come in. These are just the StreamYard link. Just click on that link and you should be able to come in. In the meantime, my dear sister Susanna is here. Welcome. Thank you so much, sis. We are busy editing our amazing authors and their submissions and their story. So hello, Sister Danielle from Sacramento. Good morning. And yes, hopefully Dr. Odey is able to come in today. I am not able to see her on the green room yet, so I don't know if she's having a hard time. But I do have something prepared for financial educational tips for today if she is not able to join us. Let's see. Hello, Claudia. What's up, sister? Oh, Leo, what's up, bro? Leo's my favorite because he at one time really said something that was complimentary. So I didn't forget that for sure. Hello, Sister Jenny. So Sister Jenny has her live also this week. So hopefully you guys can join her as well. Dr. Odey, come join me. Click on the link for the StreamYard. Hopefully you can come in. I'm not sure why she's not able to come in, so we're going to continue the show. What's up, Elizabeth? Hello, my dear sister in Africa. Hello, Jackie. Thank you so much for supporting. We need to have you here on the podcast as well. All right, so let's go ahead and hopefully she's able to come in and click on that link. I think I see her. I think I see her. Awesome. There she is. So let me put her on stage. Dr. Audie, just give me a thumbs up when you are ready. And then we'll go from there. I do see her. Perfect. Whenever she gives me a thumbs up, we'll do that. Now, in the meantime, I want to give you guys a couple of things. Two things I want to talk about today is budgeting and, of course, investing, right? A lot of people always talk about, hey, investing, I don't have money. So I'm going to give a little bit of tips on investing if you have $500. $500, okay? First, you got to open an investment account, right? You could go and start a brokerage account, like a retirement account, like an IRA, because they literally have like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, right? Also, you could look at robo advisor, just as an automated thing in your investment. So that's something that you could do. It looks like Dr. Audie is here, so let's put her on stage. Because they literally have like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, right? Also, you could look at robo advisor, just as an automated thing in your investment. So that's something that you could do. Looks like Dr. Audie. Nope, we lost her again. She was on. All right. So the second thing, or the third thing I should say, is invest in commission-free EFTs. And EFTs is exchange traded funds. This offers like a diversified exposure to various markets and sectors, and they have low fees, right? Many brokers really offer commission-free trades on ETFs. Now, buy fractional shares. You can buy individual stocks and things like that that you can invest in with even just $500. So let me put her back on stage. Hopefully she can hear me. Many brokers really offer commission-free trades on ETFs. Hi, Dr. Audie. Now, buy fractional shares. You're live. Stocks and things like that that you can invest in with even just $500. So let me put her back on stage. Hopefully she can hear me. Many brokers really offer commission-free trades on ETFs. Hi, Dr. Audie. Now, buy fractional shares. You're live. Stocks and things like that that you can invest in with even just do me a favor, your computer, turn it off, and then whatever you're waving at me, keep that in.
Can you all hear me?
You gotta turn off the computer. So go ahead and turn off your computer because you're not able to get in there and you're getting lots of echo. And then whatever you're looking at me right now, that is the one that's working for you. So turn off your computer with our show, just turn it off or mute it so we're not echoing. And then I think you're using your cell phone. That's one that's working here on the show.
Can you hear me on this one?
Yes, I can. Perfect.
Okay. Oh my goodness. So sorry about that.
That's okay. We're always having flexibility on technology. Technology is a funny thing. So no worries at all. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Everything is good. That is, hey, we're trying to be authentic here, right? Authenticity is everything. And everybody knows technology is a funny thing. Sometimes it looks so easy when you're watching, but when you're actually doing it, you're like, what is happening here? I get that all the time. So you have no worries at all. So, Dr. Audie, can you introduce yourselves to our sisters and brothers watching you?
Oh, hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. I am Dr. Teresa Odey, just out of Atlanta, Georgia. Can you hear me? Okay. So I am I want to say I was born an educator. And I say that, because both of my parents were educators.
We lost you there. I don't know what happened to the audio, but we lost you. I'm sure she'll be right back, guys. So in the meantime, I'm going to. This is a funny interview right now. I don't know if you guys have looked into consider crypto currency, right? This is more well. Cryptocurrency is like everywhere. You've seen it. Crypto this, crypto that, right? And there's actually more
Oh,
risk.
goodness.
So, oh, are you back? Yes, you're back. Perfect.
Oh, wow. It is interesting today. So, how far did you all hear me? I said I was born
I
an
I heard
educator.
only I was born an educator and that was it.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yes, so I have been an educator over 2 decades, middle and high school educator. So 5 years ago, I decided to become a financial educator because I quickly realized that, can you hear me? Yes, education is good, but it does not determine economic mobility. Okay. And especially when it comes to finance, I realized how my skill was so tilted. I knew what I knew with a doctorate degree. I thought I knew something, but the financial education was not there at all. I was zero, ground floor. So I learned and I realized also I got to share because we can get educated, learn about money, but if we don't understand what money is and how it works, just like you were sharing about crypto and all of that, we are in a very fast changing world where everything is digital now. So we got to get abreast with that. I'm also heavily educating on that aspect as well. So we got to understand about the fiat money, the digital money, and how it works. So I've been educating in the community, empowering, and that's what it's been for me. And it's been awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
I appreciate you for having me here.
Of course.
Like I told them, I said I blew the walls of my classroom. Now I'm on the world stage, and this is just the beginning. Thank you for having me.
That's right. It is the beginning. We do have at least 100 countries watching. We hit about almost
Ooh.
1,100 people watching us live, and right now we're
Awesome.
at 878 people watching us live. So you're definitely
Mm.
on the global stage when it comes to level up. I do want to, and thank you for sharing, your journey in terms of your passion for educating finances, because especially for women, like I always think about my best friend who got divorced and was homeless, right? No education, had 3 kids, husband left her, and she's living in her car. And most people think I can't do investing because I don't have the money, right? Can you explain this, the basic principle of personal finance that everyone should know? What is the first thing
Mm.
that you teach people?
Oh, well, when we talk about finance, about money, two things. You do not have to lose money. Rule number one. And guess what rule number two is? Don't forget rule number one. So never, never lose money because a lot of people think they have to go get the highest stock market, be very risky out there. But there are some portfolios that you don't have to lose money. And what people don't know is they said, okay, I lost 50% or 70%, it's going to go up again. But they don't know that when you lose, you have to have 100% gain for you to get back to where you were. So your portfolio is going off of what is left. So if you lost 50% of your portfolio, if the market goes up, it's off of whatever is left that you get increase. So why take that risk, especially those who are, like I tell people, we didn't, like myself, if you're in that age range where you didn't know about this when you were 15, 18, 20, 30. So you don't have to take so much risk, but you can have your money where you can get the growth and the safety.
Awesome. Now, if you are, let's say, just starting on that education for finance, right? What is the first thing you would advise your client to do to save their money, not just in investing, like on a personal level, right? What I usually, for me at least personally, I spend a lot of money on Starbucks, a lot of money. We're not going to talk about it, okay? But you could buy coffee for $10 at Bonds, literally, right? And you could probably use that $10 for, I don't know, 2 weeks, even if you drink 2, 3 cups a day, right? So that's $10 instead of $250 a week. So that to me, it's like, okay, well, now you have that money that you can actually save up, right? Those are the things that I talk to my kids or even my friends when we talk about, oh my gosh, how much money did we spend on Starbucks, right? What are some of your tips for people like me who's like starting to try to think about saving money?
Okay, thank you. Great question. Everything has to start from somewhere, those habits. So we talk about buying what we need and not what we want. I know that is part of what some people be like, oh goodness, no, I need this, I need coffee, but the needs are unlimited. But the wants are insatiable. Wants. So the needs are what we need to get. So when we say we're buying a pair of shoes, do we really need it or it's just what we want? If you are drinking coffee, is that something you need or is that something you want? I know that's different for people. Some people they need that to stimulate them and keep them. Hey, but if that's a need for you, then but a lot of Americans, as we know, we buy things based on wants because we want to feel good, we want to look good, we want to smell, we want to impress people. But I tell you, we live in one of the wealthiest countries in the world, but money is an issue because of these wants and needs. So the ground floor beginning is coming to learn. Come and learn first how money works. And if you understand how money really works, wants or needs, you got to make that priority. And then now, it's not even how much we earn, but how much we get to keep based on our habits. And from there, now we can invest on portfolios that are giving us better returns.
Yeah, we're going to talk about those portfolios. So, yeah, that's the first thing I usually do. It's like, hey, for tips on budgeting, track your income and expenses, right? Sometimes most people are like, oh my gosh, I saw this thing on TikTok, like I have 38 cents on my checking account. I'm like, unless you make $2 an hour, you shouldn't have 38 cents in your checking account, right? At least have $5 or $500 minimum. And I think because we spend money before it actually hits our checking account, right? Some people already spend money before it even hits that. And you're like, what do you mean, CJ? Okay, so there's this thing called Klarna and Afterpay and all that. You divide it by 4, you have no checking account. In the meantime, you're not thinking about it. It's automatically taken out.
Yep.
But you're already spending your real money right now on food, on kid stuff, on whatever. And then come hit that same date that it's supposed to come out. Now you're at negative because you didn't even think about those things, right? So you're right. Habits is so important. So when I say that, I said track your income and your expenses. But how many of us really track our income or expenses? Not many, right? Not many. So now I also want to talk about, like, when you said about shoes, right? Shoes is a necessity. But do you really need to buy a $2,000 shoe versus a $100 shoe? Like, think about that, right? Like, I've been there. I know. Like, I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The name brands and all of that, and we're paying for that. Paying for the brands. Right.
Right. So now it's like, okay, but what does it do? what does it do to you? It just collects dust right there. Your money is literally on the wall at this point because it's just hanging, right? You could have bought a house by then. You could have bought a piece of land somewhere with that money if it compounded, right, and interest. What are some of the tips that you would provide someone that would want to say, hey, Dr. Adi, I need to talk to you. How can I start investing? What are some of the investment opportunities that you have for some people out there?
Well, what we do, first of all, with my organization, we start off with that education. We want to help our people understand, where is your money? Where do you put your money? We teach them the different buckets where people usually use to grow their money. So where is your money? Do you understand how money works and how does money grow? So we start with that education. And when people understand where or how money works, first of all, money works in compounding interest. We teach compounding interest, the rule of 72, which is the greatest wonder in finance world by Einstein the Great. Many years he's gone, but that rule of 72 is what the financial industries use. So it can work for you if you want to invest your money, and then it can work also against you if you have debt, because the interest on those debts will make you not able, you pay a lot on that. So back to that, education is what we do, and we teach people where tax now, tax later, and tax never. A lot of people have never heard where they say tax never. So we show them how that is. And then with the tax never, you have to understand where the rate of return you're getting on your money. So if you have it in the bank, you got to find out how much is the interest on the bank. That is either nothing or a fixed, very minimal. And then we talk about the tax deferred buckets. So do you have your money there? Are you aware how that works? Do you understand the 59 and a half rule? Do you understand the 72 rule? And the limitations too with contributing. So we educate all of that, and the tax deferred. Let me go back with the tax now. That would be your bank, your checking accounts, your CDs there with very little to some, extent interest, not much. And then with the tax deferred, that's where the 401k, the 403b, the 457s, and all the IRS codes are right. So we educate our people how that works. And if you have that from your job, that is good. And you have to understand how much too you are putting in there, because that is money that's going to be grown and taxed in the future when you're ready to access it. So with that, we now talk about the tax never or tax advantage. That's what a lot of people don't know. When they hear they say the wealthy don't pay taxes, that's where so we educate on that. And basically just understanding how money works and what buckets are available. And the tax advantage, of course, is the one that when you're ready to take that money, you don't owe taxes on it. So the question we always ask, do you want to pay tax on 100,000 or 1,000,000? If you if you were to access that money when you are ready. So a lot of people, when we do that math, they be like, oh, so I want to pay on my seed. I want to pay on my, money before I invest it. So when I'm ready to take it with no limitations, I take it and I don't owe Uncle Sam nothing. So, but then not that you don't want to pay taxes, but you want to pay your fair share of the taxes. So you want to diversify. And that tax advantage is where you can leverage for a lot of other things. So we educate, and we're able to show people how to grow their money, how to invest effectively and save, how to grow their money and avoid unnecessary taxes, and then with no limits. So we educate the whole 9 yards. That education is key because that's where you become an informed consumer with money.
I love that. I love
You know,
that.
I love to talk, so I can
No,
keep going.
no. I love it because here's the thing. People when we talk about money, it becomes an anxiety driven conversation. Okay.
Absolutely.
Uh People who have a lot of money don't want to tell you about it because they're like, oh, you're just here to take my money. People who don't have money are embarrassed to tell you because they don't have nothing to invest. Okay, so in that you're literally in that middle of the spectrum, right? So like you said, we are in digital currency, and there's always a talk of cryptocurrency. It's been like that for at least 6, 7, 8 years when it started, right? It's literally, most people's like, crypto this, crypto that, what does that mean, right? It's literally like a digital or virtual currency. Like, now that I think about it, I was actually apprehensive to use digital wallet like Apple Pay. I was literally like, I don't know, man. Like, everyone's gonna be doing it. But let me tell you something. I forgot my wallet and I had bought groceries, lots of things, and then comes to pay. The lady bagged it for a good 5 minutes, and I was panicking. I was sweating. I was like, oh my God, where's my wallet? And the lady's like, ma'am, it's whatever, whatever. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I can't find my wallet. Everybody on this line was looking at me like, so you went through all of this in the last 15 minutes and you can't pay? Like, I can see the
Mm,
judgment, right? I was sweating bullets. I was like, how inconsiderate of me. And the lady is like, well, do you have an Apple iPhone? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, do you have like a wallet that you put your debit card in there? I'm like, yeah, I put it in there, but like, I don't know how to do it. And she's like, open the wallet, just kind of scan it. And I'm like, okay. And I scan it. I'm like, what do I do? And she's like, does the wallet come up? And I'm like, yeah. I double tap, put my face in, and boom, it take out. She's like, yeah, everything's good, and everyone's like, oh, like it wasn't such a hassle for me to get into this. It was like $700 worth of food. Okay.
mm,
And so putting those back would have been a nightmare for them. And also, I made like 10 people waiting on this line.
yes,
I'm like,
yes.
oh my God, how can consider it? So I changed my tune with digital wallet based on that incident, right? So then when you think about it, like, I was very apprehensive, and I could not even tell you a really good reason of why I was apprehensive, other than I wasn't educated enough to know the meaning,
Absolutely. That
right?
education, that
That's the
education
reason
is
why.
key.
That is us on. I know you work for a company, and obviously you're probably on the security exchange, right? You have license to have those education. What I really want to know is, what are your thoughts on the future of cryptocurrencies? Is that something that people should be investing their money in? And I know diversification of portfolio is important, but crypto is like coming up all the time. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, Even personally, I'm still like, I want to say I'm still learning. The education piece is very critical. And when I say that, we have to take time and get ourselves educated before we venture into stuff. It may sound good and everything, but one thing I know for a fact is everything is a risk. This so if you know the risk, I tell people in anything, know your risk. And if you're okay with the risk, then go with it. But if you're not okay, then think twice. So the digital economy, it's here to stay. A lot of countries, a lot of even here, they are beginning to open up to it. We just got to take time and learn. I know some people will be like, okay, let them go ahead and work on all the kinks before we can come in. But a lot of people are taking advantage of it. But again, know your risk. So with our education, we educate on the safe side, because with our financial education, financial licensure, um, we're highly regulated. So we have to only advise on what we are, um, I want to say, authorized to, if you would, for lack of a better word, the save portfolios. We want to make sure people have their money where they are not losing. Even if they are not making, they don't have to lose what they have. So we educate on those safe portfolios.
I love it. I know it's so funny when I talk to a lot of financial gurus and educators. They're like, CJ, we're licensed. We can't really say certain things. I was like, I know, I'm pushing it. And the reason, because I get questions. So what I do want to talk about in terms of cryptocurrency, right? And the reason I'm actually pushing this is because one of my students is actually asking this specifically. I taught a class on I don't know what class that was. I think it was social media marketing and things like that. And one of his project was buying a house. He said, I bought a house using crypto, and I forgot what it's called. It's another platform. He literally put his house online, and you know how when you buy a house, it takes like such an enormous stress, and then you have to wait 30 days for closing and all that. He said there's a way now that he bought two houses using that. He put his house online using cryptocurrencies, and that's
Oh,
possible. What world are we living in that, it's possible to buy a house in 24 hours? It's crazy. And
right.
he's like, yeah, using cryptocurrency. So I wanted to talk about that too. Like cryptocurrency, right? It's like cryptographic techniques, it's secure transactions, but it's not regulated, like you said, by the federal government. So there's no insurance. It's not FDIC insured. But they always talk about, hey, what are blockchains? Literally, blockchains, think of it as an accounting digital, it's digital ledger, right? All transactions are recorded in blocks, and they're literally linked together in a chain. That's why they call it blockchain.
Yes.
But they
Algorithms.
yeah, and they're public and private keys to literally open that. So the I think for me the advantages is lower transaction fees. It's also inflation protected, right? That's what they said. But accessibility is pretty much anyone, right? The
Yes.
only thing, the disadvantage of it is that it's highly volatile, right? It could be good today and you could lose a million tomorrow. That's the
Absolutely.
that is the risk. It's like, ooh,
Hmm.
regulation uncertainty because cryptocurrencies is evolving, right? There's potential of legal issues that you could pretty much
Yes.
come into. The
Yes.
security risks. There's a lot of things right now on the black market of, hacking. There's private keys that sometimes are stored, they're not secure. So you could say, oh my God, I'm a billionaire with cryptocurrency. And someone hacked that billion and now you're poor
It's
again,
good.
right?
Absolutely.
So there's always, like you said, I wanted to talk about advantages and disadvantages of that. And I think the biggest disadvantages is that it's not FDIC insured. So if you lose your money, you're pretty much lost. One of the advantages is it's not regulated, but it's also volatile. So I love that you talked about risks because everything we do needs to have calculated risks, right? Calculated risks, everything. Now,
Yes.
how do you feel about having this? Like, this is something that I want to ask you. What are some of the common financial mistakes people make, and how can they avoid them? Like, from what you've seen, you don't have to give me details, but from what you've seen so far.
Yes. Again, it boils down to that knowledge and understanding of what the products are. Because I recall when I was before now, uh, those of us who work, they would say enrollment time, you just go and just click, click, click. And if we don't understand what we are clicking, is our hard-earned money. Let's take time and ask questions. With the education, it's still, and you're going to hear me say that a lot, because a lot of people would say, hey, I have a financial advisor. We are not trying to replace your financial advisor. We are saying education, because you could be paying your advisor, they're making money, and you're losing money. Because I experienced it myself. I lost a lot of money on that portfolio, and my advisor was getting paid. So I decided to take control. So now I am controlling my own portfolio, and based on understanding. So any product we are looking at, let's look at the advantages and disadvantages and all the features that are there. Um, we have free financial education. A lot of people, they depend on financial advisors, but what if you get educated and you ask the right questions? Ask the right questions, and then understand, why am I losing money when I'm paying money for my portfolio to be safe and to grow? So if I'm losing money, then why?
Because you're
Ask those
paying somebody
questions.
else.
Hmm.
You're paying somebody else to play with your money.
Right,
There
right. And it's
you
our
go.
hard-earned
Play with my
money.
money. Yeah.
Hmm. So we have to get ourselves educated, take a little bit of time. We work so hard for our money to just leave it out there and let somebody handle it and not even paying attention. So you don't know, because I didn't even know how to read my statement. I didn't know if I lost money or I made money or whatever. So it's important that we learn, and our education campaign, we sit kneecap to kneecap and now Zoom to Zoom. From anywhere, we can educate you on the different portfolios, the advantages and disadvantages, so you know your risk and then calculate it. And then what if you can have some peace of mind where we show you where you don't have to worry. No matter what, whether it's bull market or what market, you're good to go. If you, at least, if you don't make money, at least you don't lose your principal, right? So we're able to show people how they can lock in those gains and then be able to propel when the market is good and take advantage of it. So we bring in Wall Street to Main Street with our programs, you know. So no matter what we have, we educate on annuities, we educate index products, we educate on just even safety, protection. A lot of us work to bring money in to your family. And I tell people, that's good if you go and clock in. What if you couldn't clock in? Where would the money come from? A lot of people are like, I don't know. We need to know. So it could be a diagnosis, it could be an accident, it could be anything. And people would be like, okay, I have long-term disability, short-term disability. Um, but that is not long-term care. Because if you're in a situation where you couldn't go to work for 30, 90 a year, the company got to move forward. They're going to replace you. And that income stops. So do you have critical illness insurance? Do you have job replacement, income replacement portfolios? So we teach about just setting up your financial house the right way. Because all of us, whatever buildings we are in now, if they told you that building you're sitting in is shaky and it could crumble any day, you're going to run out of there, right? So our financial house, a lot of us are just sitting on very shaky ground. Just like my Bible says, are you on a solid rock or on a sinking sand or sand? So we educate on how you can build that financial house solid, strong, so that no matter what happens, three things are bound to happen to all of us humans. We could be out of here before we know it, die too soon. It happened during COVID, and who knows? Young, healthy people were out like that. So what happened to their dependents? So that's one. And then two, with modern medicine and everything awareness, people are living longer, even 30, 40 years in retirement. The fear is being old, sick, broke in America is hell on earth. So are you having your nest egg are you able to make sure you don't run out of income in your retirement years? So we got to get that situated. And then in the middle is what I was talking about. What if you get diagnosed? What if it was an accident and it's night and day now? Your life takes a 360-degree turn. What would happen? Are you able to maintain? And if you were gone, what would happen to your family? Is their life going to go down, be worse, stay the same, or better? We help people. I know those are tough conversations, but it's reality.
I
We
love
have
that
to have
conversation.
those. So,
Yeah,
three things: if you die too soon, if you live a long life without adequate income, and then
homeless.
what if you
That's
diagnose?
what, oh my gosh, our homeless population in California. I don't know if you've
Yes.
seen LA. It's
Yes,
horrible.
it is. It is. We see that on TV. It is horrible. So that education is good, and people got to protect their financial future, their financial future. Protect their income, protect their loved ones, protect their own life. And we live here where our kids growing up, typically, parents depended on their children in their later years. But now it's not the same. Everybody got to take care. So we got to not depend on our children to take
Hmm.
care of us. Let our money take care of us. So we got to put our money to work for us so that when we need it, when we are not able to work for that active income, our passive residual income would work for us. And we can afford to maintain, if not better, our lifestyle.
Yeah, right. We don't have to worry. There's so many adults that you see on the street that are homeless, and I'm like, where are their families? Right. But you're
Mhm.
right. It's like they don't take care of their families. It's a burden,
Busy,
right?
busy.
Speaking of, losing family, it's on average is about $30,000 to $50,000 to bury someone. We
Mhm.
were in that situation about a year and a half ago, and it's like, where are we going to get the money? She wasn't insured, and even if you were insured, it takes 30 to 60 days to get that, to get that check in. So you got to have something up front. Otherwise, you're going to wait 30 to 60 and
GoFundMe,
what to get that.
GoFundMe.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, I've seen that. I've seen
GoFundMe,
because we
and
can't,
we gotta
we're not
wait.
prepared. Yeah, no, we're not prepared to do that. So thank you so much for this conversation.
Mhm.
Before we're closing in, I want to ask you this question. If this is your last day today on this earth, what would be your parting message to your current and future families in terms of living life, legacy, and impact?
Oh wow, awesome question there. I tell you all first, family number one. First, no, let me go back. God. Well, I say God, and we have people globally here. Whatever that higher thing or person or whatever you acknowledge, you have to be at peace with that first. And then, second, family. You have to love your family like today's your last day. No matter what, have that family time as priority for your family. Love them. I will love my family, do whatever I can humanly possible. And then also, you made mention of legacy. If we're living our lives to the fullest here, doing what we do, how about our generations to come? Are they going to feel, know, and hear and see that we were here? That legacy is important to me. And I talk about even third, fourth, fifth generations and beyond. I want them to know that I was here. That is very important to me. And the impact I want in the world to see, I want to be part of creating that. That's why I'm in this. A lot of times we'll be like, oh, this needs to happen, that needs to happen. Whatever change we want to see in the world, we want to be part of that creating or creation process. We got to do that. And especially we females, we are naturally creators of that, being female. We bring the people to the world, and then what else? That quality, that value that we want our people, we want to see the life we anticipate or desire. We want to be part of creating that by educating. That's why I
Awesome.
love. Yes, I
Here's the
love it.
thing. I'm going to tell you, if YouTube will be here and it's probably somewhere in the archive, this right here, this conversation is your legacy. This will forever be, right? That's one thing I love about that, right? It's forever be this conversation. It will be, they'll have its own footprints anywhere and everywhere, right? And I love that. This is a legacy making right now,
Amen.
right here, right?
Amen.
What I do for legacy building is creating books, because whether you go with my publishing company or your own self-published books, it doesn't matter. What matters is the legacy you're building for your future families and for future people who's going to be listening and learning from you. Educate them, in your case, about financial security, right, for the future. Because even if you die today, someone will always be affected by your death. And you shouldn't be so callous to say, I don't really care. They're going to feel, they're going to just do that. That's a financial burden on the people who's still alive, was to take care of your.
Yeah. Are you there? Oh, goodness. Yeah. It's been a pleasure. Can you hear me?
Whatever. Right? So thank you so much for your time. And I love this conversation.
Yes.
Time.
I love it too. We got to have
Yeah,
more of these conversations. Mm-hmm.
it is. Thank you so much. We still at 1100 live people watching us on YouTube. So
Oh,
thank
wow.
everybody for this conversation. Thank
Awesome.
you for
Love
your
it.
time
Love it. Love
today.
it. Love it.
Yes. And have a wonderful Wednesday, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for having me, everybody. And
Yes.
you, Doc. So talk soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. See ya. That was a great conversation. So I'm going to leave you with this: to handle yourself, use your head. To handle others, use your heart. All right. Bye, guys. I'm Dr. Leland. See you soon, and see you tomorrow on the TV show on E360 TV network with my dear sister Susanna. We're gonna have a conversation about stuff. Stuff. It's always stuff, right? Bye, everybody. And this is my first time live streaming on Instagram. So for those 42,000 people on Instagram, hello. This is my first time. My name is Dr. Constance Leland. See you guys.